Yeah, these hemlock, these are actually real cool too, because Tuga canadensis, we use this one, I don't know, maybe not so much medicine, but kind of, yeah, because we use the bark to create a stain for all of our woodenware, all of our bowls and ladles and spoons and stuff like that, cups. This is what we use to stain all of our woodenware. And it makes a real beautiful stain, hemlock bark. And you just boil all of that bark down into a thick paste, and you just use that like paint. Let it soak in and settle, and then just wipe off the extra. But something really amazing happens when we use this that speaks more to what I was saying earlier about knowledge that we need to be able to live here. There's a consequence to the Great Lakes region. When you talk about Anishinaabe, this territory, a consequence is heavy metal toxicity, heavy metal availability in the soil is very high here. That's why there's a lot of mines all over the place. Because the minerals are so accessible and end up in plants and then end up accumulating in animals. And so the accumulation of heavy metals is something that's a danger of living here just naturally. But our lifestyle has knowledges that mitigate that. So the Tuga canadensis, Gagagamish, that's what it's called, Gagagamish, now it's called hemlock. But this bark stain, it's a tannin and a resin. And something really special that happens when you mix a tannin and a resin, the tannin stain the wood, that might help it like longevity, last a little bit longer, but the resin is going to seal the wood. But when you mix resins and tannins, they become an adsorbent. And so they are adsorbent to heavy metals. And so the food that you make, when you grab your food out of the pot with your ladle, the heavy metals are being drawn to the adsorbent stain. And then you pour it in your bowl, and then it's drawn to the adsorbent stain again. And then you use your spoon to grab it and put it in your mouth, and then there's so many degrees of separation from that hemlock helps to separate us from heavy metals just pouring and eating. And so when we're separate from that, saying, okay, no, I go to Winners and get my dinnerware there, they do not have the same adsorbent qualities, and so then we're subjecting ourselves to excessive heavy metals. And so whereas all of our woodenware would just be sucking it all away. And so this is why it's important for us to get the knowledges that we need to be able to understand sickness and why heavy metal toxicity is such an issue in Ontario epidemiology, but then what we can be doing to mitigate that. And it's real beautiful too when you do this. So this tree plays a really important role in that. So we call it Gagagamish because this is Gagagamishi's raven's favorite tree to roost in, to make their nest in. So they have a special relationship. So we named the raven after this tree.